My name is Dr. Timothy Izant, and I'm an orthopedic surgeon working at Syracuse Orthopedic Specialists. I grew up in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. So I did my college in Colorado College, and then back to Ohio, to Cleveland for medical school at Case Western Reserve University. And then from there, moved to Philadelphia, where I did my internship and residency at the University of Pennsylvania, and then stayed there for one more year and did a fellowship in adult reconstruction or joint replacement, also in Philadelphia, and we moved here from Philadelphia. I got interested in surgery during medical school, and particularly toward the third year, I did a rotation in orthopedics, and I had sort of an aha moment when I was helping the chief of the department do a surgical treatment of a young kid who had broken both bones in his forearm. And we opened up the arm, we put the fracture back together, we put in plates and screws, closed up the arm. The anatomy was beautiful, the guy had a functioning arm right afterwards, and I said, that's what I want to do for a living. I want to fix people. So I was fortunate to be one of the original founders of SOS. We were all three small groups, somewhat competing against each other, but all had the same mission in mind, that by getting together, we could do a lot better with the business of orthopedics and improve the quality of care. We saw that that would be an opportunity for us to build a surgery center, an outpatient surgery center, and putting all our minds together, we could hire some great talent. We've seen a great revolution of technology in the orthopedic implants, in the instruments, in the surgical approaches we use. My experience with the one-day surgery center has been fabulous. It's a win-win environment. We originally built it because we wanted to give better quality care and a more efficient environment for our patients. And it turned out to be just what we thought. Patients love it, we love working there, the employees work really hard there, and they, I think, enjoy working there versus a hospital environment. It allows us to give the same quality care, but in a much safer environment without all the potential complications of being in a hospital. And it's worked out great so far. I'm very happy with it. In an operating room environment, it's a very intense environment. And so it's not that I can do these operations in isolation. I need a team, and I need anesthesia, I need scrub techs, I need circulating nurses, I need pre-op nurses, I need recovery room nurses and floor nurses. And then there's a whole another level of people behind the scenes that are helping, are equally as important as my first assistant working next to me. At Syracuse Orthopedic Specialists, we were able to develop a research department, and particularly develop a data bank called the Joint Registry, which allows us to collect a lot of basic data on our elective hip and knee replacement patients. And this has been a great tool not only for us to analyze how our patients are doing. We do data from prior to surgery, we survey our patients at intervals after surgery, we record operative information and record x-ray findings. And this gives us a huge, powerful tool to say, hey, we're doing this good, or hey, look, there's a problem here. We're not doing well in this particular problem. Look at our data compared to the national data bank. This isn't working well, we got to change something. So that's one reason we did it. Second reason we did it is a tool for doing research projects. And that's been great for me, where I can say, hey, I've got this problem in my practice. I'm not sure how we're doing with this. Let's do a research project and use the data from our data bank to figure it out. Or retrospectively, looking back, say, how did we do with this problem and what's the data show? I was asked to join our group initially it was called Syracuse Operation Walk after their first trip, and have been with them ever since then. We're now Operation Walk New York. We brought in some other groups from Albany, Saratoga, and we bring a lot of talent from Chicago, Los Angeles, Boston, New York area to help us do these missions. And I'm at the stage in my life where my kids are grown and gone, and I can spend some volunteer time working in third world countries doing joint replacements. It's a great venue for those of us that have talents that can share those talents in other parts of the world where people would not have joint replacements if we didn't come to them. The last 3 or 4 years we've been in Ghana, Africa. Before that we were in Guatemala, before that Panama. And it's a very rewarding but physically and mentally difficult experience. We have a great group here, and I don't participate in it, but we have a group that works year-round behind the scenes, pulling in instruments, pulling in donations, pulling in money, organizing these trips, which allows guys like myself to show up, work like crazy for 10 days, and then come back and make a big impact on these small regions around the world. In my free time, in the past, I helped my wife raise 4 wonderful boys. And that was great. And now I'm at the stage in my life where our boys are grown and gone. And my wife and I get to spend a lot of great time together. We like to travel. We're also traveling to see all our kids, but we like to travel around the country and around the world. So that's a big part of our life. The second thing is, personally, we started doing a new activity about 6 years ago, is starting to do ballroom dancing together. And that's been a blast. She's done extremely well. She's a former ballet dancer, and she's taken off and now doing competitions. And it's really cool to watch her go through the process. I play tennis a lot, play golf, not as much as I'd like, but I play golf, and just keep working, you know. And it's a tough combination, but we try to get a balance in life, combining those things.